We were just eating lunch before we recorded this show, and I was like, oh, these greens, oh, they're nasty. But now I got in my head, I'm like, yo, eat these greens, old boy, put that thing in there right so you can get in. That's too much. I ain't gonna say that. But yet, you know what I'm saying? Health equals wealth.
What's happening? No captain. We with AO, about to get a plate bowl. Pull up to the table. Let's go.
The average person spends about $5,000 per month on their living expenses. But I want to start today's show off by asking you a quick question, and I'm going to pause for 5 seconds because I really want you to answer this question and answer it truthfully. What are you spending your money on today? Where does the bulk of your money go? So once you pay your mortgage, once you pay your rent, where does your money go today? Take 5 seconds. I want you to think about that. I want you to park that answer and think about that answer as we go through today's show. Because here's the truth. How we spend our money can either improve or ruin our financial future. You guys know not every single show, but oftentimes you hear me say that the caliber of our financial future will be determined by the financial choices we make today. And the truth is, I want our money to work for us. Because why? We work hard. We get up and we go to work from 9 to 5, from 8 to 5. You know, we are out here, we're starting businesses. I celebrate and I salute our young African queens who are the #1 rising entrepreneur in America. You know, I salute it. Why? Because we are working hard. So today I want to talk about, with all the work that we're putting in, with all of the effort that we're putting in, what are the top 7 or 8 things that we need to do with our money? So when we get that paycheck, when we get the income, where should our money go? So listen, before we get into today's content, before we get into today's nuggets, right? Do me a favor and hit the thumbs up on this video, because I really want this to spread. I want to get our message out. This is not my message. This is our message. We are a family. We are a community. So please, if you're watching this on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. If you're on podcast, yo, hit subscribe and share this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit subscribe. Join the family. Stop dating me and marry me so we can build together. And also, as we are really going into this future, man, one of the key things we could do to really build wealth, and I'm going to be talking about this pretty much on like every show, because I think the greatest way we can close the wealth gap is, #1 is get out of debt. #2 is ownership. Own something. And what can we own? We can own our homes. We should be able to stop paying rent, be financially fit so we can own homes. And some of you are watching right now saying, Anthony, I'm on this journey. I'm paying off the debt. I'm paying off things so I can become a homeowner. That's great. I got something for you. Some of you are debt free and you're like, Anthony, I'm debt free. Where can I go to get approved for a home loan? I got something for you. Some of you are saying, hey, I'm on this journey. I'm not ready just right now, but I will be ready maybe in the fall. I will be ready next year, Q1 of 2023. Anthony, where should I go? I got something for you. I want you to go to anthonyoneal.com/Churchill. Churchill has partnered with me to really help serve you. Churchill is going to give you the best interest rate in America today. They're going to be just kill the game, right? Then they're going to lock that rate in for 90 days as you are finding your perfect home. When you find your perfect home, you will have a certified approval. Watch this. Not really like a pre-approval letter that was just done by a system. No, their manual underwriters looked at your application, looked at your loan and said, hey, you are certified approved to get a loan. So go out there and get you a home. And then they're going to send you out there with an extra $5,000 to put on top of your earnings money, guaranteeing to the seller that you are a guaranteed purchaser. You are solid. You are locked in. So listen, let's close this wealth gap. Follow my teachings. I'm going to guide you down this path. But if you're saying, hey, I want to start this process of home ownership, reach out to Churchill. Let them start the process with you. You may not be ready today, but you know what? You will be ready tomorrow. And I promise you, they'll walk you through the entire process. So go to anthonyoneal.com/Churchill and they will teach you. Here's the very first place you should go, your money should go as we're making money. So a lot of us are getting out of debt. We're building wealth. This is great. Here's number one. Give back to God. Give 10% if you are a Christian. Some of you all watching right now, you're not Christians. And I respect that. If you ever want to cross over and come rock out with the Jesus Christ movement, hey, I will walk you through the path. I will connect you with my local church and we will get you right. Don't get it twisted. I want you to join the kingdom. But this show is not about, I'm not a church. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm here to really just guide you and give you my wisdom and knowledge. But you know, I firmly do believe that the reason why I have experienced some of my success and the reason why I'm able to do certain things that I do is not because I'm perfect, not because I made all of the right decisions. Here's the thing. I believe that God trusts me with the little that I do have because I'm willing to give him back 10%. I know that he cannot, that I cannot really accomplish things without God. And I know that to whom much is given, much is also required. So I have to let God know, hey, if you can trust me with 50 grand, I'm going to give you back your 10% because I want 100 grand a year. If you can trust me with 100 grand, cool, great. I'm gonna give 10% back because I want you to trust me with 500,000. And I keep it a buck with him. I'm like, God, hey, here go to 10%, but you know what? Here go another 2-3% because I'm stepping out on faith and I'm trusting you. You see, sometimes as parents, I believe, you know, you say things just so you can see if your child is being obedient. And sometimes that's what God is saying. God is like, I don't need your money, but I want you to be obedient. Now I want to know, can I trust you with $1 million, with $2 million, with 500,000, with 100,000, with 75,000? But if I can't trust you, what does Luke 16:10 says? Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. So really, God is simply saying, yo, you're still going to come to heaven if you don't tithe. But if you want to live a prosperous life, when I say prosperous, I mean this joyful freedom life, give back your 10%. That's number one. Give back to God if you're a Christian. Here's number two. Cover your four walls. You know, while I was working with Ramsey, one of the things that they teach over there, which is absolutely amazing, and so I give credit where credit is due, is your four walls. Your four walls are simply, you know, what's in front of you, what's beside you, and what's behind you. It protects you. I want you to write this down. Housing, utilities, food, and transportation. After you give God back his 10%, you're going to sit here and you're going to cover yourself and cover your family and make sure that your housing is good. Make sure that your mortgage, make sure that your rent is paid for. Make sure that your utilities, your lights, your water is on. You shouldn't be coming home with no lights. All right. Make sure you have food, groceries. I'm not talking about make sure you have money for, you know, fast food, or make sure you have money for Ruth Chris or Eddie V's. No, make sure you have some groceries, some milk, bread, butter, whatever you need, groceries inside the house, and make sure you have solid transportation. Make sure your car is serviced well, you see? Because what you're going to do is you're going to budget for these four things before entertainment, and before shopping, okay? You got to make sure that the priorities are taken care of before entertainment, before shopping. You're going to set up automatic payments so you don't miss a bill at all. And to save for a house, like I told you, my friends over there at Churchill Mortgage, okay, you're going to set aside at least about 10 to 15% on your savings account, so that way you can put down. Now, check this out. When it comes to savings, I am very big. I'm very huge because when you're saving for a mortgage, some of you all right now are saying, you know what, Anthony, I want to get a mortgage and I'm trying to save. Here's a key thing to help you save for your mortgage, save for your car, save for a vacation, whatever that is. But right now we're talking about mortgages, right? Because I want you to invest into a mortgage. I want you to save when it comes to your housing. You're going to put at least 3% down, 3% down on a not FHA, but on a conventional loan, 3%. FHA is going to be the minimum 3.5%. But I would encourage you to shoot for at least 10 to 20%. Why? Because you want to get as close as you can to 20% so you can avoid PMI. Once you hit 20%, you avoid PMI. And PMI is private mortgage insurance. And what this is, private mortgage insurance is going to be anywhere between $75 to about $100 per $100,000 loan. So this means your private mortgage insurance, it doesn't go towards principal, doesn't go towards interest. And if something was to happen to your house, it doesn't benefit you. It only benefits the bank. It only benefits that provider. But if the house burns down, you still need your own homeowner's insurance on top of the PMI. And so you want to save at least 10 to 20%. The sweet spot, honestly, you guys, is 20%. So you can avoid that in PMI. But here's the secret, you guys. As you are saving, I was saving for, my house. And then I was also saving for like my dream car. I actually parked my money at Prize Pool. Yeah. At Prize Pool. And one thing I loved about Prize Pool is they gave me the highest interest rate on a high yielded savings account. Again, I'm not parking my money there to invest, but hey, if I got a few $1,000s over there, I would like to get, a little bit more interest for it. Not only that, they gave me tickets every single day to go towards grand prizes, right? And I remember one time I won like close to like $100, $200 towards my account. I was like, yo, let's go. Just my money sitting there and saving, I earned a little bit more money. And so I'm going to drop the information in the show notes before. I wasn't going to mention them, but I was like, hey, we're talking about saving up for a mortgage. I want you to go to anthonyoneal.com/savings. That is anthonyoneal.com/savings. Go sign up for a Prize Pool account today, because what you want to do, anything that you're saving for, you don't want that inside your checking account. You really don't even want to see it inside your main account, because you need to somewhat kind of forget that it's there so you're not tempted to use that money. That is a secret how most people are able to reach their savings goals, is by making sure that they are putting money into it automatically and they're not seeing it on a daily transaction until it is time for you to go to that savings account and use it. And what I do love about Prize Pool is they actually just got a debit card to where now you might even, if you use a debit card wisely, you might even get some of your purchases refunded just as a reward for saving with them. So listen, it sounds like a good deal to me, okay? Sounds like a very, very good deal. So make sure that while you're saving for your mortgage, you're putting away that 3% to 20% with Prize Pool. You're going to save on food. You're going to start eating at home instead of eating out. You're going to save on transportation. You're going to run errands all at one time, all right? All at one time. But this goes back to covering your four walls. And you want to make sure that you and your family are secure. Here's number 3. You're going to invest into yourself. You're going to invest into yourself because your mind is your number one asset. Your mind is your business. So when you get your money, you're going to give 10%. You're going to cover your four walls. Then after that, you're going to invest into your greatest asset. You're going to take care of your greatest asset. What do you mean, Ayo? You're going to start reading books. Okay. You're going to start watching documentaries. Okay. You're going to start reading the Bible. Okay. You're going to start really learning things. They say inside of, for black people, they said, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. If you want to activate the black tribe, if you want to get them excited about something, put it in music. Jay-Z is the one that, has really been talking about financial literacy inside of his music. He's kind of made financial literacy kind of popular with talking about it inside of his music. But the education comes from, what are we reading? This month I picked up this book because my homegirl, Dr. Jamisa, I think her name was, right? Is it Dr. Jamisa? She mentioned this book on the show. She was like, what would the Rockefellers do? And this is all about changing your family's financial destiny. I don't have a family, but I desire to have a family. And I want to make sure that before I have a family, I've already helped change the future of my family. And this book right here, I literally started reading it just last week. And I'm telling you, like, can I really have my own family bank? What? Wait, what? Like, I'm looking at some of the chapters, finding money to fund your bank. But he's talking about family. He's talking about, how do we grow wealth for our family? How do we get the knowledge? How many of you all just watching the latest and greatest reality TV shows, but you ain't growing? You ain't doing nothing. You're not getting any education. When is the last time you took a class to improve your single life, to improve, your gift, your skill? You're always looking for ways to make money, but the greatest way you can make money is by growing. My goal this year is not to make $5 million. My number one thing is to grow, because when I grow internally, so does my company, so does my income, so does my friendship, so does my relationships. So my thing is, let me focus on growing mentally. When this grows, so does my outcome. So does my income. So does my friendship. So does my business. The reason why your income is not growing is because you're not growing. Invest in yourself. I just came out with a course, and man, it was full, sold out to what we wanted to sell out to, right? But there's some of you all who didn't join us because you're trying to look for money, but you're not looking to grow. Listen, we actually just opened up my course here, and I'm going to drop the information in today's show notes called The Singles Blueprint, where I'm giving you 8 pillars to maximize your single season. And inside of that course, man, it's like $297. I'm giving you the 8 things that I did to really maximize my single season. How did I get into the rooms that I got into? How did I get the relationships that I got? How was I able to get out of the slavery mentality, out of the poor mentality? And watch, none of it is about money. It's all about what did I do up here that changed here, that came out of my life. So I would encourage you, if you're single, how do you maximize this single season? Check it out in today's show notes. Not only will you, educate your mind, but you got to invest into yourself, invest into your health, because good health equals true wealth. Get you a gym membership or work out at home. I actually, because I was spending so much money on the gym, and I was literally driving 45 minutes one way and driving 45 minutes back, man, it was kind of like a little frustrating for me. So when I did the math, I was like, all right, I'm spending $1,500 on the gym. Maybe if I spend $2,000 on a home gym, it will save me time. So I did just that. I did the math. So that means I'll get my money back within about a year and a half, not even a year and a half, like a year and like 2-3 months. And then boom, I'm in a profit now because I got it right here at the house. But what's the most important thing? I got my time back. And we're going to talk about time, right? But here's another thing that I want to keep it real with. I really want to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it a buck right here on my show. You know why health is also a good thing? I was with my doctor, and my doctor said, hey, man, I really need you to step up, your veggies. I really need you to step up eating a little bit more better. And I said, I got you. I mean, I want to get right too. He said, listen, son, it's not just about that, but you do want to perform for your wife. I was like, perform? What? He was like, yeah, as you are getting older, because you're about to get 40, most men who do not take care of their body and eat the right things and put the right things on the inside of their body tend to not be able to perform with their spouse in the bedroom. I said, no, that's not going to be my problem there. But he said, no, it will be your problem if you don't take care of your body. He said, because ladies' intimacy drive goes up when they get older. Guys tend to go down, but it only goes down because they're not properly eating the right thing. And I said, nah, we ain't gonna have that there problem. Nope. I'm eating. I came home and ate like veggies the whole night. I was killing the water. Sweet tea? Nope. Ain't nothing sweet about you. No. Nope. And it's funny. And I know we don't really talk about sex and stuff like that on my show that often, right? But I'm like, yo, listen, I've been single this long. I'm trying to have amazing intimacy with my wife. And I ain't trying to be not in no mood at 45. No, the devil is a lie. So I'm thinking right now, eat. We were just eating lunch before we recorded this show. And I was like, these greens, they're nasty. But I got in my head, I'm like, yo, eat these greens, old boy. Put that thing in there right so you can get in. That's too much. I ain't going to say that. But yet, you know what I'm saying? Health equals wealth. If I'm healthy, I can perform and enjoy my life with my wife. When I'm healthy, I'll be able to enjoy my kids if I have some down the road. If I'm healthy, I'll be able to still get up and perform and speak to you all and encourage you all and build with you all. So that's very, very, very important. Here's number 4. I want you to take care of your kids. If you have some, and if you don't. And if you think you will have some. Now, this is not going to be a popular thing. Because what I'm about to say is going to make some of you all feel uncomfortable. But stop being selfish. Stop being selfish. Think about your children. If you're a single mother right now or single father right now and you don't have life insurance for your kids, you're being selfish. If you are a single mother right now, if you are a single father, or if you are a mother and a father combined married and you have some Gucci shoes, you have a Louis Vuitton purse, you have this, and you don't have life insurance for your spouse or for your children, you're selfish as heck. Selfish. Because what you're doing is you're thinking about yourself, but you're not thinking about setting up your kids to win when your time has come to an end. And for me, I'm thinking about, when I get this money, how do I set up my wife? How do I set up my kids' life to begin even better, to be beautiful when my life ends? And what I did was I said, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I don't even have kids, right? But I have a insurance policy through Ethos. And that is actually going to my family and to my nieces and nephews. Then when I get married, I'm going to transfer at least 90% of that to my wife. Then if her and I have kids, it will go down to 60% to my wife, 40% to 30% to my kids, 10% to my family, right? But here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. If you have kids, because 42% of y'all watching me right now have kids, 5% of you do not have life insurance. You're selfish. If you walk in your closet and you got $10,000 in your closet, but you're not willing to invest $2,000 or $1,000 into a life insurance policy that will bless your kids, that will throw them out of the hoop so that they can enjoy life, you're selfish. To get $1 million policy through my friends over there at Ethos, man, if you're in your 20s or 30s, that's $50, $60. No blood tests, no medical history. Answer a couple of questions, spend 10 to 12 minutes of your time to get a $1 million policy for your family. So that way, when you pass, it's not a matter of if. We are going to pass. And I know I know it hurts. It sucks. It just sounds off. I get it. But I promise you, you want to be up in heaven looking down at your family and they're crying, but they have 2 types of tears coming down. Tears of sadness because their loved one has passed. Their mother, their father, whoever you are has passed. But then also tears of joy because you left your daughter, you left your son with, a few $100,000 to invest and to build something and to go out there and to start ahead of where you ended. I don't want my kids to start where I finish. I want them to start ahead of where I'm not passing the baton, but I'm throwing the baton. And I'm throwing it where they can catch it and continue running fast. And there's a simple thing, when I say invest into your kids and take care of them, it's a simple thing. Whatever your income is, times that by 10. 100,000 you make a year, that's $1 million policy of what you need. Go over to ethos.com, spend 10 to 12 minutes, boom, you got $1 million policy within 24 hours. If something happens to you next week, your kids, your family is taken care of. I was just mentoring a young couple, and it's not a young couple because her husband passed, but I was just mentoring a young lady, and actually I was like, man, he was like 20, she was 28, and he was like 33, I think. And unfortunately, he passed. He had a stroke, right? And he didn't leave them with no insurance policy and like max $400 in their savings account. So the company was able to give her $5,000 just to sow a seed. But I'm going to be real with you. A $5,000 check is not going to be worth anything in the next 3 months. She's probably already spent the $5,000. she still has a mortgage. She still has a 1.5-year-old kid. So not only is she mourning her husband going on to be with the Lord, but now she can't even think about how's she gonna pay these bills. You want to take care of your kids? You want to take care of your family? Get life insurance policy. Get a life insurance policy. Go to AnthonyONeal.com/ethos. AnthonyONeal.com/ethos and get a policy. You will thank me later. Here's number 2 up on taking care of your kids. Open up a 529 plan. Get them ready for school. The average school is going to cost you about $110,000 this year. Within the next 10 to 15 to 20 years max, I'm thinking it's going to go up to about $130,000 to go to an in-state school. So if I was you, I'm using the power of compound interest, and I'm going to go over to my investor or to your bank and open up a 529 and start putting in that account about $100 a month as they're a little kid. Start thinking about your children before you have to start doing things for your children. Use the power of time on your side. Open up a 529. And last thing when it comes to taking care of your kids and investing into your kids, it's simple. Start investing into their minds. Start teaching them entrepreneurship skills early on. Start investing into their health. One of my friends, every summer they pay a personal development coach that specializes in the kid's mind. And this guy comes over and he spends some time with the kids, like an hour a day, spends about, I think, like $200-300. He'll take a book like this, right? And he'll turn it into something that is entertaining, but educating at the same time. So that way, during the summer times, when kids' brains tend to relax and lose their focus, he's keeping them engaged. He's keeping that brain circulating. He's teaching them that learning is actually fun. Being educated is sexy. You know, my producer, CJ, said something, man, we need to introduce them to the new PPP. I said, ooh, that's good. Y'all probably saying, what do you mean by the new PPP? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, proper prior planning, new PPP. Proper prior planning prevents poor performances. It's the new PPP. Why are you saying this now, Anthony? Well, because if we can train our children up now, if we can properly plan for their success, for what happens with them after we pass, it prevents them from having poor performances. The new PPP. What are you investing into your kids? How are you investing into them? And I just got to say this one more time. And I hope it hits you right at your heart. If you driving a BMW, Mercedes, Maserati, if you're living in a big, beautiful home, yeah, they got a roof over their head and they got transportation. But I saw someone purchase their kid a Rolex, and I was like, yo, but do they have an insurance policy? You're gonna spend $10,000 on a Rolex for your kid, but you can't spend $800 a year to get you covered just in case something was to happen to you? No, what that is saying is that you want to enjoy your money for yourself, but you do not want to think about your kids. Think about that, you guys. I'm gonna drop Churchill's prize pool and Ethos information in today's show notes because this is important. Number 5, save for your future. You guys, set aside 15% of your income towards retirement. It's simple, okay? I'm not saying go. A lot of people, get confused with me. My stance when it comes to retirement is 15% into proven, stable investments. This is your 401ks. This is your IRAs. These are your mutual funds. Get with the financial advisor and make the investment. Now, crypto, day trading, Bitcoin, those are investments, but those are not stable enough. NFTs, those are investments, but those are not stable enough to where I rock with them. I dib and dab a little bit in crypto, but I don't have any NFTs. I believe it is the future, but for me, I need to see a little bit more stability first before I really start taking that thing serious. But I take my mutual funds serious. You know what I'm saying? I take my 401ks, my IRAs, I take that stuff serious. Okay. I do. My good friend Chris Hogan wrote a book called Everyday Millionaires a few years ago. And he identified that most millionaires hit the $1 million mark through their employer-sponsored retirement account. You have a job right now? Are you maximizing on the interest there? Are you maximizing on the match there? That's a good question. All right. Now, when you save for your future, make sure that you're setting aside 3 to 6 months in your emergency fund. That's it. 3 to 6 months. 2020 taught us that the world is changing and we gotta have a savings account. When you have a savings account, you walk different. You walk into your job like, yo, son, what you just say to me? Like when you walk into your job and you got a fully funded savings account, you walk in there saying, I don't have to be here. I want to be here. And because you want to be there, that means now you require them to treat you with the utmost respect. Still going to be the best employee. You're still going to serve, but then now your employer has to respect you because your employer knows this individual doesn't need to be here. They want to be here. And you walk different when you have a fully funded savings account. You walk different when you see your investments are working for you. You just walk different when you really enjoy life. Which leads me to the last two. And we're going to get up out of here. Number 6. Yo, you guys, we bust our butts. And you're going to buy things that you desire because here's the truth. I want you to enjoy the life that you're working for. You're getting up and working 9 to 5. Some of us are getting up and working 10 to 10 because we're entrepreneurs. We're busting our butts. We're busting our butts. We're paying off debt. We're saving for emergencies. We're investing in the right places. And here's the question that I get asked all the time. Anthony, how long should I drive, this car, this beater? Well, Anthony, man, I got the next door millionaire philosophy and he didn't drive a nice car. Cool, great. That's him. You know what I'm saying? That's the millionaire next door. How do I say this? Because I want to say this respectfully. The millionaire next door, all these other books about how to become a millionaire and not spend a lot of money. That's great. Take the philosophies, learn. But you work hard so you can live the life that you desire. Some of us are going to want to spend money on cars. Some of us are going to want to buy a big old house. Some of us are going to be millionaires. We want to be minimalism and spend our money in other places. That's fine. We shouldn't be telling people what they should and should not be doing. It's their life. It is their money. As long as they're not racking up debt, they have a fully funded emergency fund, they're investing to their future. If they want to go out there and buy a freaking Rolls Royce, I don't care. Go. You work hard. Go enjoy your money. You want to go buy a $2 million home? Go. As long as it's not above 25% of your net take-home pay for your mortgage payment, go get it. You want to buy 5 Louis Vuitton bags so you can choose? I don't care. As long as you're not financing it on a credit card. Go. Go. I love cars, and I'm going to do a show on how to buy luxury cars, like how I buy my luxury cars. I buy luxury cars. I spent 6 figures on my car. I ain't got no problem saying that, but I ain't got no debt. I didn't finance it. I paid cash, literally. Why? Because for years I paid off debt. For years I lived way below my means, and I still do live below my means. But you know what? I was like, man, I get up every single day and I work hard. I want this for my life. And here's the thing, man. I want to make being debt-free sexy. I want to make buying things cash cool. It may not be for everyone. I believe it's for everyone. But I'm not knocking people who want to use OPM, other people's money. I'm not knocking that. I disagree with it. But you know what? I'm like, cool. If that's the route you want to go, great. I'm serving the people. I'm rocking with the people saying, you know what? I like the freedom. I love getting into my car and my car smell good. It smell paid off. Ooh, that's good smell right there. Ooh, that's paid for. Ooh, that's some good free leather. It doesn't cost me nothing. Well, it costs me a lot, but it's not costing me something every month. When I walk into my house and I sit on my couch, you treat things differently when you worked hard and you pay cash for it. When you pay cash for something, that tends to keep you out of debt because this is your budget. And when I went to purchase this car, I told them, I walked in there with my budget. And I was like close to 13 grand cheaper than what they wanted. I budged at only $1,500 because that's all the room I had in my budget to budge. Because I still want to come home and be able to go to Hawaii if I wanted to the next month or go to wherever. And here's the last nugget that I would definitely tell you is number 7 when it comes to our money, where our money should go, right? It's number 7, spend money to maximize your time. I was sitting down with one of my wealthy friends and he said, Anthony, minorities, and he's a minority millionaire, multimillionaire. He does about maybe $120 million a year. He said, minorities and average people spend time to save money. Wealthy people spend money to save time. Let me say that one more time. Minorities and average people spend time so they can save money. Let me cut the grass so I won't have to pay the grass man. Let me spend my time that I could be using in other places to generate income. And let me spend that to save money. Wealthy people are saying, let me cut this grass man a check because that's 2-3 hours of my day. And let me go use that 2 or 3 hours to either spend time with my family or to spend time in books or to spend time creating or generating content or spend time to build my business. Some people say, you know what, let me save time by cleaning the house. I'm gonna save money by cleaning the house by spending my time. Well, other people are saying, you know what, it'll take me probably 3-4 hours to clean my whole house. Let me pay someone to come here and do that so I can spend time with my family, so I can spend time in the office, so I can spend time growing something. I was talking with one of my friends, a very successful couple. They probably do about 185. She just had a baby. And they hired a night nanny. I said, a night nanny? What is that? She's like, it's a nanny that comes to the house at about 7 o'clock when the child goes to sleep and leaves at about 7 a.m. And I was like, really? I said, why'd you do that? She was like, here's the main reason why. Because I wanted to make sure that my relationship with her husband was great. I was like, wait, what? She said, yes. Night nannies saves their marriages. I was like, really? She said, yeah. We was able to, that was our time to get some rest. When we get adequate rest, we could be really good for our child during the day. And whenever I completely healed, I was able to enjoy the intimacy with my husband without worrying about our child. And I was like, really? So she spent money to have time back with her husband. She spent money so she could be a great mother throughout the day and not be frustrated. She spent money so she could be a great wife to her husband throughout the day, not annoyed, not sleepy, not irritated. And I was like, wow. So as we are going through this journey, you guys, as we are, building, getting out of debt, and a lot of us on today's channel we're out of debt. We're now on the building phases. I really want you to start thinking about, cool, there are going to be certain areas you're going to spend your time on. But then where are other areas that you can spend money on to save time? Like for me, I have a business. I just hired a great creative director who was taking over all the graphics and taking over my social media clips and bringing in ideas. That takes one thing off of my head because I don't need to be focusing about, okay, this and that and this and that. I need to be in these books. I need to be continuing stretching my brain and learning more so that way I can continue to bring good educational content to you all. So I hired a creative director. I just hired a full-time assistant. She can come on and handle all the emails and respond to people. I'm spending money so I can get my time back so I can best serve you. And so I'm really excited about where we are. I'm really excited about, what we're doing. And these are the 7 things that we should be doing with our money. Number 1, we're going to give it to God. Number 2, we're going to cover the 4 walls. Number 3, we're going to invest into ourselves. Number 4, we're going to invest and take care of our kids and their futures. Number 5, we're going to save for our future. We're going to invest into our future financially. Number 6, we're going to treat ourselves to some nice things. Because when we treat ourselves, we reward ourselves. It gives us fuel to go. And then number 7, we're going to spend money to get our time back so we can make more money to buy more time back. Make sense? I hope it does. Listen, if you spend your money on these things, you will see your life and your finances change for the better. I promise you this much. And as we're getting ready to close, man, starting next month, starting in the month of August, we're going to be taking your questions live on the show. And I want to encourage you to where if you have a money question, a life question, a dating question, any kind of question you want to ask me and you're willing to call into the show, email the table at anthonyoneal.com. CJ will put that on the screen. It's going to be the table at anthonyoneal.com. And in the subject line, put question for the table and just send us one paragraph of your question, and my team will review it and we'll give you a call to schedule a time to where you can call in, ask me a question live, and we're going to share it live right here on the show because I want to best serve you all better. So again, if you have a question, email me at thetable@anthonyoneal.com. Here's the closing scripture for today. James chapter 1, verse 5. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives you generously to all without finding fault. And it will be given to you. I'm going to say it one more time. If any of you lack wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given back to you. Here's today's affirmation. I need you to repeat this 5 times. Type it in the chat. Say it out loud if you're listening to this on podcast. But here we go. I spend my money wisely, and my life and my future family's life is blessed because of it. I'm going to say it one more time. I spend my money wisely. My life and my future family's life is blessed because of it. Why do I want to say because of it? My grammar, Lord Jesus, because of it. Yo, it's your boy Anthony O'Neal. I love you all. I'm excited about what's happening. Make sure to hit that thumbs up for me. Make sure to share this video, share this podcast. And man, I hope y'all heard my heart today about life insurance. I don't know why that's on my heart so much right now, but I think it's because of what I just went through with that young lady. And as a man, if you are not providing, if you're not thinking of, wow, I don't know why God has given this to me. I don't know why he's putting this on my heart so heavy today. But as a man, if you're not thinking about how to set your family up to win, if you're not thinking about how to get a mortgage so you can, set up wealth for your family, if you're not thinking about how to protect your family, protect your loved ones after you leave, respectfully, you're not a man. You're a little boy in a grown man's body. Because a grown man thinks about his responsibilities. And sometimes those responsibilities don't make us feel good. But here's what I do love about ethos, right? Ethos, when you get the life insurance policy, they're going to give you a free will. They're going to help your family know for free what to do, how to do it, when you're going. So check them out. I'm going to drop Churchill's information below. I'm going to drop Ethos information below. And I'm going to make sure to drop Prize Pool information below as well. Love y'all. Peace out.